Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan not only accused Akpabio, that is Godswill Akpabio, the Senate president, of doing all of the things he's been doing to her. For example, removing her from the content as a content chairman, and not recognizing her when she's trying to move a motion and all of that because she refused his sexual advances. That was what she revealed on Arise Television earlier today. She also said that Kingibe and the other three women, because we have four women as senators, four women senators, the other two women plus Kingibe have not, given her the needed support that she had expected. But now we are hearing from Kingibe, we are getting to find out that, in fact, Natasha Akpoti, according to Kingibe, has more advantage than the other women. And some people are asking, why is she now complaining? Since she seemed to be the woman who has the most advantage out of all of the other, three or four senators, why is she the one with the most advantage? And because she was removed as a chairman of a content committee, all of a sudden, she's starting to shout foul or cry foul. You all, let's have your thoughts and opinions in the comment section. Subscribe to this channel, guys, if you haven't already done that. Give this video a massive thumbs up. That way YouTube is able to recommend this video to other YouTube viewers all around the world. Also, leave your opinions in the comment section below as well. The senator representing the FCT, Kingibe, has said, contrary to the allegation made by Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan, the senator representing Kogi Central, the Senate President, Godswill Akpabio, favors her more than any other female senator. She stated this on Friday, few hours after Akpoti-Uduaghan alleged sexual harassment against her by Mr. Akpabio, a refusal has led to denial of her privileges in the 11th Assembly. Speaking on Arise TV on Friday, the Kogi senator alleged that other female senators have not been with her in her ordeal with Akpabio, specifically mentioning Mrs. Kingibe. Miffed by what the Kogi senator said, Mrs. Kingibe denied the allegation and said Mrs. Akpoti-Uduaghan enjoys special privileges from the Senate leadership that other female senators don't. There are 4 senators in the current assembly, that is 4 female senators. Mrs. Kingibe explained that as soon as she heard her name, as I always do, everything that concerns her, I promptly called her. I said, Natasha, what's going on? I started to try to explain about sitting. She had not given me the proper explanation. I have not even been given the opportunity to respond. When she said to me, I will call you back. Till today, Senator Natasha has not called me back. She added, I have a smartphone. Before I called Senator Natasha's husband, I had called Senator Natasha twice without response. Then I called him to say I've called her twice. She's not answering me. I said, oh, she went to Singapore. Maybe that's why. And then I said to him, this is not the way this should be handled. She explained that the reason you've heard it said everywhere, that the 3 women in the Senate have been silent. Yes, because silence is golden, especially when one of us is not following the rules. And as women, we did not want to come out publicly to say anything negative about her. And we were hoping all of this would blow over, as a lot of things do. Now, the truth of the matter is, yes, the Senate is not gender-friendly, but it has been improving much better than when we first entered the Senate, I must say. And the truth of the matter is, when we make a fuss and we draw the attention of the Senate president, it does correct it. Truly, the Senate can do better than it's doing, but there is hardly anything that's been done to us that's not done to other men. It is more appropriate to say that the Senate is not opposition-friendly. Now, the Senate leadership may not be gender-friendly, but I must say the majority of the senators, they are very kind and they are conciliatory to us. They look out for the fact that we are women. Almost all of them have been there before. They guide us on. Do it like this. Do it that way. And slowly, even I can say without anybody repudiating me that fact that I am the singular senator that fights the Senate president the most. But I have learned to do it. If it arises on plenary, I deal with it there, especially when it's on issues to do with my constituency. When it's on issues of privileges, I go and meet him when all the senators are in the dining room, and I fight with him there and get the support of other senators. The Senate is a place where the majority takes the day. So then also, I want to say something. Us women in the Senate, in fact, to be honest, Senator Natasha has gotten the most privilege of all the four of us. The seat I'm sitting is now have been moved 4 times. Senator Ipalibo Banigo has been moved at least twice, she added. She further said, I wanted to say that this is about the rules of the Senate. So if I can point out that other women have been moved several times, on that day, I wasn't there, but I gathered that several men were also moved, and I'm only here as chairperson of Women Affairs. I want women to know we have to follow the rules of institution we choose to enter, and that is mostly the point of this visit here. Whether there's sexual harassment between them, they already had personal relationships before they came to the Senate. 3 of us had no relationship with the senator before we came. I don't have enough of a relationship with Senator Akpabio to discuss sexual harassment with Senator Akpabio. When I go to the Senate, my neighbors or Senator Natasha is not there. I collect documents on their behalf. I collected some for Senator Natasha, informed her, and she said she was home. I went to her home. I got there. She told me after offering a meal that she's supposed to discuss something with him, and he said to me in some hotel. I said to her, you only meet senators in their homes or offices. She decried the frequent controversies in the Senate, saying it impacts very negatively, and the only reason I came, I have been sick from here, going to the hospital. It's the only reason I came. The Senate is not a place where we are supposed to be fighting over trivialities like sitting arrangements. It's a place where we are supposed to fight about issues that affect the people. Like play, with style, with style. This woman has also implicated Natasha Akpoti because with all she has said so far, she's letting us know that they had a relationship before Natasha came to the Senate. Both Natasha and Akpabio had a relationship. So it's now making me think that, okay, was it that they had a relationship and now the relationship has gone south and that is why they are fighting? Could that be the reason? Because also, she also mentioned that when she went to Senator Natasha's house, she picked up files on her behalf and wanted to deliver it to her at home. And then she remembered Senator Natasha Akpoti, mentioning that she wants to go and discuss something with Senator Akpabio in an hotel. And she now responded by saying, you don't go to hotel to meet senators, you go to their homes or you go to the office to meet them, not hotel. You see why it's very good to always, hear from both sides, although this is not both sides. This is just, Ireti Kingibe, telling us our own points of view because her name was mentioned. Natasha actually mentioned her name during the interview she had with Arise Television. And I'm just here thinking that, it seems that there's more to this story. There is more to this story. And for Kingibe to also say that Natasha is the most favorable person, that is the one that has been most favored out of all of them. There are 4 senators who are women at the Senate chamber. So if Natasha is the most favored out of all these 4, why is she now complaining? Why is she complaining? And that brings me to what I said earlier, that is it that they had a relationship before, but the relationship has gone south, which is why we are seeing all of these, fights over sitting and over, what's not. Maybe if they still had a smooth relationship, our seats wouldn't have been changed. Okay, now, moving on. And that's why this whole thing is not an issue. When I say it's not gender friendly, we expected, because there were only 4 of us that will get privileges, but we don't get them. We fought to get here, and the fight continues until we can get more women in the Senate. So if we don't get privileges, we don't get them. But it does not mean that we don't get our rights. The 3 of us have not been sexually harassed. That's not to say if Senator Natasha can prove that he has been, that is fine. We will support her, but she's never discussed it with us. We don't know about it. She did not respond to the rest of the female senators. She has not spoken to any of us throughout this OS episode from change of seats to now. Senator Akpabio was with her, tried to talk to her so that it can be resolved. She did not listen to her. So I'm going to say that women of Nigeria have larger things in front of them. We are trying to pass special bills, 35% inclusion. We cannot be fighting over where we sit, and it really denigrates the institution in a manner that's not beneficial to Nigeria. The people, or the women, Mrs. Kingibe said, the FCT senator said she's not absolving Akpabio of any sexual harassment allegation, noting, I'm not saying it's impossible. No, it's not impossible. Remember, the issue was seat assignment. If we've been in the Senate a year and a half, I doubt that it was the day that this happened. Senator Natasha, I go to the other senators, female senators, with an issue, and they tell me, okay, you leave it. You are more confrontational than us. We will undo it. Senator Natasha has never discussed with the rest of us senators, and I speak on behalf of the three of us. We are older than Senator Natasha. We are wiser. We've seen a lot of things, and I have taken her as my child. There is no reason for me not to support her, even over the change of local content. I was going to take it up with the Senate president. She told me she preferred where she was, and then I dropped it. Before that, I was the first person to take Senator Akpabio on about the market. He didn't even realize he had offended us until I tabled it. So the impression that she's all alone is not right and is not correct. I'm not saying it's impossible. I just say I don't know about it, she clarified. You all, let's have your thoughts and opinions in the comment section. Thank you very much for always listening and watching, guys. I will see you all in my next video.